Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, you're welcome. If you're not new, you're welcome back. I appreciate you for coming back and checking out today's dividend update. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the concept of passive income, building wealth. Okay. Some of the things that I want to touch on is this chart right here. Robert Kiyosaki used this chart in his famous book, and we're going to talk about this, and we're also going to talk about a couple of rich people, how much they get paid, and how we should try to imitate them as well, you know, so we can do something similar to what they did for themselves. We can do that for ourselves as well. So first thing first, I just want to tell you guys that nothing that all of these people, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, nothing that they've done, especially Warren Buffett. As you guys know, I'm a big Warren Buffett fan. I've even imitated his portfolio as well. I have my own version of his portfolio here. I'm a big fan of his. What these people have been able to accomplish over their lifetime is quite amazing. When it comes to your finances, they've been able to accomplish some amazing things. So before we get into all of those, I just want to show you guys some of how this portfolio has been doing today, highlight some few things, and then move on to some of the topics that I want to talk about in today's video. So first thing first, I want to share with you. So today, as I'm doing this video, this is what we are looking like. We're up $156.14 in brand new money today. For the week, the portfolio is down $120, and we've gained about $2.22. For the month, the portfolio is down about $1,000, almost 3%, 2.5% here, and we've gained about $36. If you look at the past 3 months, we're up $211. We've gained about $143 in passive income in the past 3 months, the trailing 3 months. Literally, you see the date here, August 28th to July 28th. We're in July 28th. Okay, so if you look at the year here, for the year, we've earned a total of about $587. You know, the trailing year, you know, July last year to July this year, we're looking at a $500, almost $600 here in income. So which is really nice. If you look at all time, we're looking at $659 in passive income. So some of the things that I want to share with you in today's video is the concept of passive income through working for assets. And what do I mean by that? First thing I would like to share with you is this chart. We all know this chart. If you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, you've had some sort of idea of this chart. You've come across it, you know, at some point in your financial journey. If you're watching this video, you've come across this chart at some point. And Robert Kiyosaki talked about the concept of income, expenses, assets, and liability. And he talks about what the rich versus poor people, what they're working. The rich in America basically trying to reduce this in general anyways. The rich in general anyways, they're trying to reduce their expenses as much as possible. Expenses meaning all the things that you're buying that you don't need, you know, the $600-700 sneakers, all this money that you're spending that you don't need, you can reduce that, and also reduce your liability. Why get a car payment if you can get a car for $5,000 and the car can last you 5-6 years? Okay, you might have to be able to fix it maybe a couple of times a year, but it's better than making car payments every month. You know, so working on reducing your liabilities and also reducing your expenses gives you a lot of income. Okay, that gives you income whereby you can put that income into assets. You can put it into things that are producing more income. Okay, produce more assets, and then it's just a cycle. Okay, The income comes in, purchase more assets. The income comes in, purchase more asset. The income comes in, purchase more assets. That is exactly what I've been doing with my portfolio here, okay? That is exactly what I'm trying to do. When I work and I make money, I try to focus that money, put that money into things that are producing assets. And this right here, for me, it's an asset because it's producing income, okay? If I click on 1 month here, I've gained about $30. Now, you might say you have like $50,000 in here, you gain about $30. Let me remind you, this is a growth and dividend portfolio. For the past 6 months or so, like I said in my previous dividend update video, I've been focusing more on the growth side of this. Now I'm going to pivot back and start focusing more on the dividend side so I can increase the amount of money that I'm earning on a monthly basis here. And I'm doing that for the second half of this year. That's what I usually like to do. First half, focus on growth. Second half, focus on dividend. So what I've been doing is I'm going to be aggressively funding this section here and Warren Buffett section, all the section here that pays pretty high yield. I'm going to be funding them aggressively so I can increase the income that I earn on this portfolio over time. But with that being said, the other thing I also want to highlight for you guys is this section here. All right, this section here. This month alone, I've put in about $4,000 into this portfolio. Now, I'm not rich. I work just like everybody else. I work really hard. When I make money, I try to use that money to put it into things that produce more money. Now, this $4,000, granted, most of it has gone into the growth side of things, but moving on, starting from next month, I'm going to be aggressively funding the dividend section of this portfolio, which is the passive income section here. Okay, this passive income section has been quite nice. If we look here, we look at 1 month, you see this section alone with a $20,000 deposit. All right, this has gained me roughly about $20. So if I would bring this up to, let's say, $100,000, this section, maybe within the next couple of years, I bring this up to $200,000. This is going to be serious money that I'm going to be earning from this portfolio. From this section of the portfolio. And if I click on all time here, this section alone has earned me, roughly about $238. $238 with a $5,000 gain with 55% return. Okay, so I'm going to be aggressively funding this section. And as you guys see here, this is where I have, my main diversification. I have real estate, all this different section here. So I'm going to be aggressively funding this moving forward so I can get this balanced up. So coming back to this chart, keep this in mind, okay? The rich people of the world works for assets. They work mainly for assets. They rather make money, or they make sure they work so they can accumulate assets. Okay, they make money. They use that money to invest, like Warren Buffett, or they make their job from their job instead of earning income. They use that money. They use that to in exchange for company stocks or something like that. Prime example of who I'm talking about is Mark Zuckerberg. The guy gets paid $1 a year. Okay, $1 a year. That means most of his money literally goes into the stock. Goes into Facebook stock. Look, that is what I'm trying to show you guys. That's what I'm trying to do, because this is my own version of what he's doing. Okay, I didn't create my own Facebook. I didn't create my own Amazon. But I'm able to invest in all these companies that I use and buy their stuff. So are other people in the world. They're able to do that, including you yourself that you're watching this video. So anyways, Mark Zuckerberg earns about a dollar a year as his base salary, because he's based in California, and California you have to have a base salary. So he earns about $1 a year. But if you take a look at his net worth, money that he cannot even spend, he cannot finish spending that money. Probably his grandkids cannot finish spending that money. That's how much money it is. Now, it's not like he has this money sitting in the bank. It's in assets. The money is in assets that has the chance to grow. For example, it might have a lot of stock in Facebook. Facebook stock will grow over time, and his asset will grow over time. That means his net worth will grow over time. The other person I also want to point out is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos earned $81,000 from his job. Now, from I roughly earn this amount of money per year. You know, my average income is roughly about $75,000 to $80,000, and Jeff Bezos is earning basically. I'm earning the same thing as Jeff Bezos, but guess what? Let's take a look at his net worth. His net worth is $211 billion. $211 billion. These people, they've hacked the money system. They don't work for money, they work for assets. Okay. This guy he created Amazon, spent like 20 years at Amazon, and he used all that money. I mean, all his work time, he used it to acquire more and more and more Amazon stock. That's why he's able to be worth $211 billion today. Another example that I want to share with you guys is this man right here, Warren Buffett. The guy earns $100,000. Granted, he earns $30,000 more than me, but let's take a look at the man's net worth over here. The man is worth $101 billion. Okay, these people, they've hacked the system. Okay, they work for assets. Okay, they take their time. Okay, they take the time to work at a company, either a company that they create, which most of the time is company that they create. They take the time to work at that company, but instead of taking so much money out, they use their time to earn more stock, more interest in the company that they've created. And then over time, you're able to amass a pretty significant amount of wealth just by spending your time not spending your time earning money, but spending your time earning assets. Okay, so how do we bring this down on an individual level here? If I go to 1 month, how do we bring this down on an individual level? This is what I'm trying to do with this portfolio here. Okay, when I earn money, you guys see in this section here, net cash flow is $4,000, and this is, if I click on the month here, this is a month. So I've put $4,000 brand new money into this portfolio. It's gone down a bit, but I don't really care much. I'll probably buy a little bit more of those companies that has gone down, like in the passive income section here. Watch my video that I did on buying the dip to see how I manage this portfolio. This is the concept that I'm trying to share with you guys here, that using your earned income to invest in companies that produce so much value for the world is actually a great thing. Now, you can take the opposite way and say that you can use your money if you yourself have an idea, you have a business idea, you think is gonna do well. You can use your money to invest in yourself and invest in your own business idea. Watch the video that I did on investing in myself. Link will be popping up right now. This is the concept that I'm trying to share with you guys today. Earn your income here. Take that money to buy assets, reduce your expenses, reduce your liability. Take that money to buy more assets that will earn you more money, to buy more assets that will earn you more money. Now, the way that I've chosen to go first is stock. I'm trying to attack the stock thing, trying to attack it as hard as possible. Next couple of years, probably get this portfolio to hopefully $500,000 within the next 10 years, or less hopefully. And then, by then this portfolio should be earning well over $1,000, $1,000 a month. And then that $1,000 is going to now be turning around and be feeding the portfolio pretty much forever. And I don't have to work and do anything and add any new money to it, because the $1,000 will just be feeding the portfolio. Okay. that is what I'm trying to do here. Okay, if you guys look how this portfolio has been divided here, I have the Warren Buffett section here. Okay, this is a tiny little bit of his portfolio that he has, and anytime he makes changes, this gets automatically shuffled around, and changes gets made to it as well. But the whole point of what I'm trying to share with you is that investors that you like what they do, and you see what they're doing, and you see that it's working, and you're really trying to change yourself, trying to improve your finances and make sure the future is better. It's better to look at what they're doing. Like me right here, I look at what Warren Buffett is doing. I copied some of his investments. I look at what ARK Invest is doing. I copied some of our investments. And then here are some of my own picks. Apart from this two that is professionally, well, this one too is professionally picked. But like, the whole point of today's video is invest in assets. Okay, let's all get away from trying to earn money and trying to spend it as much as possible by buying liabilities and increasing our bills. You want to reduce your bills, reduce your liability, buy more assets, earn more income, buy more assets, earn more income. So the other thing that we are going to touch on today is we are going to look over the energy and transportation section. So what I've recently done is I took out all the individual stocks that I had because overall they haven't really been performing very well. So I took them out and I replaced them with some index funds that are basically geared towards the same thing. But one of it cover global automotive and electronics, which I think that is really good. And the other one covers lithium and battery companies. And then this one also just covers different type of smart mobility, electric scooter, all those things. So I think with this 3 ETF, I've been able to cover a decent ground of the future energy and transportation. I think with this ETF we've been able to cover that in general. So what I did, let me elaborate a little bit more. So what I did was I took this out, as you guys see here, remove slice. So what I did was I took that out, sold out of all of this individual stock that I picked. I did a video on it, on why I picked this stock before. I'm going to put that in the cards if you want to go check it out. So we have this individual stock here that I'm selling. So what would happen is most of the money that I'm selling out of here will go into these companies. And from there I would just keep on dollar cost averaging. I think over time it would be easier for me to be able to do it because I can just come in here on red days, and like I always do, like as you guys see, I have some buys waiting to go in. So I can always come in here on red days, like today that we are down to $216, and be able to just easily buy in across the board. And it will just be easy. I will just, click on one button, buy, put the amount I want to buy in, and it will share the money across the board based on the allocation here. So I think this is a more cleaner way for me to focus this side of the portfolio. This is much cleaner. So this is what the buys are currently looking like for this week. So we have this much sales, $208 worth, and that money is gonna be split across, like I just showed you guys. That money is going to be split out into global autonomous electronic vehicle, ETF here, lithium battery techs. So it's going to be split around into these 3 ETFs basically, and the rest of the money gets split across my investment portfolio here. So that is what we are looking like on this section of this video. So let's head on to the next. So that is the current change that I've done to the portfolio. As you guys see in today's video, is down for the month, which is okay. Tesla has been down, Space has been down, NIO has been down, And from this couple of ETFs that I added, like I showed you in previous section, I just recently added this section here, and I'm gonna keep on working on this portfolio. I think this section probably has the most potential, the most out of the whole entire portfolio. So I'm gonna keep on working on that, and then over time sharing it with you guys and letting you see how this portfolio perform over time. So far, if we look at overall what it's been doing, if I zoom out and take a look at the big picture, we're up 86%, $3,000. It's not really get towards earning, but it has earned $1. With this ETF section, it should be boosting the earnings just a tad bit, not much, but just a tad bit. So if I take a look here, just look out and take a look at the pie here. This pie is in the description. You can check it out yourself. This pie is in the description. This is a mock portfolio of it. It's up 100% over a 2-year period. So this is really good. But the most important thing is right here. I think this is more, this setup is more for growth, but it will earn a pretty, it's not much, but it will earn 0.4%, really not much. It's mainly get for growth. And the expense ratio is pretty low as well. So it's earning a tad bit of money, but it's primarily get towards growth. Okay, this is growth. This is one of my main growth section of the portfolio here. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you've learned something in today's video. Today's video is just to share with you some of my thoughts on how to build assets, how to build passive income, related to a real world situation where we have the rich people of the world, where they don't work for money, they work to build assets. Okay, they don't work for money, they work to build assets, and we can see that over and over again. I technically earn more money than Jeff Bezos, and he's worth like maybe 1 billion times than I am. So trying to imitate some of these people. Warren Buffett earns $100,000 a year, and is worth $101 billion. These people are doing something right. So I try to imitate some of these people as much as possible. So anyways, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've learned something in today's video. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Until next time, see you later. Love you all. Bye.